Have you ever gazed up at the night sky and wondered where it all came from? Not just our world, but the entire universe. Thousands of years ago, the ancient Greeks created a powerful and dramatic story to answer that very question. It's a tale of creation, betrayal, and an epic war that would decide the fate of the cosmos. In the very beginning, there was nothing but chaos. Imagine a vast, silent, and endless emptiness, a formless void. From this profound nothingness, the first primordial beings stirred into existence. There was Gaia, Mother Earth, the foundation of all life; Tartarus, the deep, dark abyss, a pit of eternal punishment; and Eros, the irresistible force of love and desire, the spark that drives creation. Soon after, two more forces emerged from the primordial soup: Nyx, the embodiment of night, and Erebus, the darkness of shadows. As Gaia settled into her place, she felt a deep loneliness in the vast emptiness. So, from her own being, she brought forth a companion to cover her Uranus, the starry sky. He stretched over her like a magnificent, infinite dome, the union of Gaia, the earth, and Uranus. The sky was incredibly fruitful. Together, they created the pillars of the world, the towering mountains that scraped the heavens in the vast, churning sea. They also gave birth to the first races of beings. First came the 12 mighty titans, powerful and godlike. Then came the Cyclopes, giant craftsmen with a single eye in the middle of their foreheads. And finally, the Hecatonchires, colossal monsters with 100 hands and 50 heads. But Uranus, though he was the father of these incredible children, was also terrified of them. He saw their immense power as a threat to his own rule. In a cruel act of tyranny, he seized his children, the Cyclopes, and the 100-handed giants, and imprisoned them deep within the body of their mother, Gaia. He locked them away in the darkest corners of the earth, condemning them to an eternal, suffocating darkness. Gaia was overwhelmed with grief and pain. She could feel her children struggling within her, their agony becoming her own. She could no longer bear Uranus's cruelty and resolved to end his reign. From the stones of her own body, she fashioned a great, unbreakably sharp sickle. She gathered her other children, the Titans, and pleaded with them to rise up against their father. But the Titans were afraid. They knew Uranus's power and trembled at the thought of challenging the Lord of the Heavens. All of them cowered in fear, except for one, the youngest and most ambitious of the Titans, Cronus. He stepped forward and promised his mother that he would restore balance and end Uranus's tyranny. That night, as Uranus descended from the heavens to lie with Gaia, Cronus lay in ambush. With the mighty sickle in hand, he struck his father, shattering his power in a single, decisible. A celestial blood fell from the heavens. It dripped onto the earth, Gaia, and from these drops, new and fearsome beings were born. Wounded and defeated, Uranus retreated to the highest reaches of the sky, but not before delivering a chilling prophecy to his son. One day, he cursed, "Your own child will overthrow you, just as you have overthrown me." With Uranus gone, Cronus became the new ruler of the cosmos, the supreme king of the gods, and the lord of time. He took his sister, the Titaness Rhea, as his queen, and together they ushered in a new generation of gods. But Uranus's curse echoed relentlessly in Cronus's mind. He became consumed by paranoia, terrified that one of his children would rise up and steal his throne. Driven by this fear, Cronus committed a terrible act. Each time Rhea gave birth, he snatched the newborn infant and swallowed it whole. One by one, his children vanished into his belly. Hestia, the goddess of the hearth; Demeter, the goddess of the harvest; Hera, the future queen of the gods; Hades, the lord of the underworld; and Poseidon, the ruler of the seas. Rhea was heartbroken, forced to watch in helpless horror as her children were consumed by their own father. But when she became pregnant with her 6th child, she swore she would not let history repeat itself. She sought the counsel of her parents, Gaia and Uranus, who helped her devise a plan. Rhea traveled in secret to the rugged island of Crete. There, hidden deep within a sacred cave, she gave birth to a son, a child destined to change the world forever. Zeus. To deceive her paranoid husband, Rhea wrapped a large stone in swaddling clothes and presented it to Cronus. Blinded by his fear, he swallowed the stone without a second thought, believing he had disposed of his final child. Meanwhile, on Crete, the infant Zeus was kept safe. He was cared for by gentle nymphs and nourished with milk from a divine goat. To conceal the baby's cries from Cronus, a band of armored warriors called the Curetes would clash their spears and shields, their noise echoing through the mountains, drowning out any sound. Zeus grew quickly, his strength and power building with each passing day. When he finally reached manhood, he knew it was time to confront his father and liberate his siblings. Guided by cunning, he devised a plan. He concocted a magical potion and tricked Cronus into drinking it. The potion worked instantly, forcing Cronus to violently vomit up the children he had swallowed. One by one, his brothers and sisters emerged, fully grown and unharmed. Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon. Alive and eternally grateful, they immediately united behind their younger brother, Zeus. But freeing his siblings was only the beginning. The cosmos was now split between two powerful factions. A war for control of the universe was inevitable, and so began the Tatemachi, the Great Titan War. For 10 long, brutal years, a cosmic battle raged. On one side stood Zeus and his Olympian siblings, fighting from Mount Olymp. On the other, Cronus and the Titans, fighting from Mount Oth. The war was a stalemate until Zeus decided to free his uncles from their prison deep within the earth. He released the Cyclopes and the 100-handed giants. In gratitude, the masterful Cyclopes forged magnificent weapons for the gods. They gave Zeus his signature weapon, the mighty Thunderbolt, a weapon that harnessed the raw power of the storm. For Poseidon, they crafted the Trident, giving him command over the seas and the ability to shake the earth. And for Hades, they made the Helmet of Invisibility, allowing him to move unseen. Armed with these divine weapons, the tide of the war turned. Zeus unleashed his thunderbolts, shaking the very foundations of the cosmos. Poseidon shattered the land with earthquakes, and the 100-handed giants hurled entire mountains at the Titans. The Olympians finally triumphed. The defeated Titans were cast down into the eternal abyss of Tartarus, forever guarded and imprisoned. With victory secured, the 3 brothers, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, decided to divide the realms between them. They drew lots to determine their domains. Zeus, as the leader of the war, drew the heavens in the sky, becoming the supreme king of the gods and all mortals. Poseidon drew the seas, becoming the ruler of all oceans and waterways. And Hades drew the underworld, becoming the lord of the dead in the realm of souls. From the glorious heights of Mount Olympus, Zeus declared the start of a new era. The age of the Titans was over. The age of the Olympian gods had begun, marking the dawn of a new, legendary chapter in the grand story of Greek mythology. But the end of the battle does not mean the end of the story.